Welcome back to our channel. Today, we dive into a bold and strategic financial move by the Philippine government that could transform its national defense posture. Imagine a nation funding its military modernization not just through foreign aid or traditional budgeting, but by rallying its own financial sector to support the armed forces. Let's talk about the country's proposed defense bonds, a game-changing initiative that could secure both the nation's borders and economic future. With rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific, particularly in the South China Sea, the Philippines is seeking innovative ways to modernize its military. Facing the growing assertiveness of China and the pressure to assert its maritime sovereignty, the government is eyeing the domestic financial market to fund its defense needs. Enter the concept of defense bonds. As reported by Bloomberg, Philippine banks are in discussions with the government to roll out these special bonds, raising between 200 billion pesos to 300 billion pesos per year, or roughly $3.5 to $5.3 billion, all aimed at acquiring modern defense capabilities. Our objective is simple: develop a sustainable funding stream for defense through capital markets, not just government coffers. It's a long-term investment in national sovereignty. Defense bonds are government-issued debt instruments, but instead of being directed at general infrastructure or social programs, these are specifically earmarked for military modernization. That includes missile systems, fighter jets, naval assets, and more. The concept isn't entirely new. Countries like Israel and the United States have used similar instruments in the past. According to reports, several Philippine banks are open to the idea. Why? Because these bonds offer competitive returns while contributing to national security. It's patriotism with a portfolio benefit. One banker anonymously told Bloomberg, "It's a good opportunity for banks to participate in nation building while also strengthening the bond market." While the Philippines is set to receive $500 million annually in U.S. military funding through 2029, officials believe this isn't enough. The country must also rely on local solutions to fund its defense aspirations, particularly under the Rehorizon 3 phase of the revised AFP modernization program. As Chinese vessels continue to breach the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, the pressure mounts. Experts argue that a stronger military, supported by sustainable financing, is now a strategic necessity, not a luxury. Defense bonds could serve as a stimulus to deepen the Philippine bond market, diversify investment vehicles, and create a stronger domestic investor base. But transparency will be key. Beyond banks, defense bonds could also attract a wider range of institutional investors, including pension funds, insurance companies, and even cooperatives. Some analysts are even floating the idea of retail bonds, designed for ordinary Filipinos, allowing citizens to directly invest in their country's defense posture while earning interest. Imagine being a jeepney driver or teacher and knowing that part of your investment is helping secure the West Philippine Sea. That's powerful. To ensure credibility and attract investors, the government may peg these bonds to medium-term interest rates and offer tax incentives. They might also issue bonds in multiple tranches, short, medium, and long-term durations, depending on project timelines. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the Bureau of the Treasury would play vital roles in overseeing these offerings. Of course, as with any investment, there are risks. Defense spending is politically sensitive, and public backlash could arise if the funds are mismanaged. This is why robust audit mechanisms and regular reporting will be essential. There are also geopolitical risks. If tensions escalate further in the South China Sea, the country might have to divert funds or shift priorities quickly. Investors need confidence not only in the government's financial discipline, but also in its strategic vision. And then there's the big picture question. Could defense bonds signal a shift in how middle-income democracies think about security financing? The Philippines might just be a test case. If successful, other countries in Southeast Asia, like Vietnam or Malaysia, could follow suit. Defense bonds could become the next wave in hybrid economic defense policy tools, especially for nations facing increasing security pressures but limited fiscal space. One more benefit rarely discussed is industrial spillover. A well-funded defense modernization program could invigorate the local defense industry under the Self-Reliant Defense Posture (SRDP) initiative. Domestic manufacturing of ammunition, radar components, or even ship parts could generate new jobs, foster innovation, and boost technological self-sufficiency. The ripple effect of defense bonds might extend far beyond just military equipment. So what exactly would this funding go toward? Among the priorities are submarine acquisition to boost maritime deterrence, modern multi-role fighter jets under evaluation from the US, Sweden, and South Korea, air defense systems, including surface-to-air missile batteries, and even loitering munitions and coastal radar stations. This is a comprehensive modernization, not piecemeal procurement. I support the idea. If we can finance our defense locally, we're not fully dependent on foreign aid. But we need to make sure the funds are used properly. The government must be transparent. Thankfully, the government has taken steps in this direction. Under the newly signed Republic Act 12009, procurement will now prioritize economic viability and prefer defense partners, reducing corruption and enhancing accountability. The idea of defense bonds is more than a financial tool. It's a symbol of national unity, strategic foresight, and economic innovation. If successful, this could mark a turning point in Philippine defense history, one where the country funds its future, secures its territory, and asserts its independence on its own terms. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest developments in defense, strategy, and geopolitics in the Indo-Pacific. What do you think about the proposed defense bonds? Would you invest in them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, this is your channel for real stories, real strategies, and real sovereignty. Stay vigilant, stay informed. Maybe you